name is Sarva Sanjay, and for my CS50 final project, I decided to make a web application called SmArt Time using Flask, and it's basically a time management application targeted at students to help them improve their time management skills. So as soon as we run this application using Flask run, we arrive at this first page, and as a prerequisite it asks us to either log in if you're a user, registered user, or register. So I'll just register really quickly, and I'll just put in a random password. Alright, so it allows me to it comes to the home page, and as you can see there are four options: the home, the Pomodoro page, a feedback page, and a progress page. All right, so we are first going to observe the home page. Now the home page is basically it's a to-do list page. It allows us to create tasks, and even it lists down the tasks with the days left and the minutes one should be spending per day. It also allows us an option to log out. So we can create a task by clicking on this tiny plus button at the end of the table. Alright, so this brings us to a new page, which is the form page for creating a new task. And over here, this asks us to fill in the average number of days we intend, number of hours we intend to work per day. So, it's like the number of hours you wish to work every day, and this is the total number of hours. Then it asks us to insert a task name. So maybe you're finishing a science project, or maybe you're submitting an assignment. So submit assignment. All right. Then it asks us for the deadline of the task. All right. And the deadline of the task is very important because it will be observed in the home page. All right. Now we also have three other additional forms which are extremely essential. Now, this is the total prescribed hours for any task. Now, if one fills any one of these forms, one does not need to fill in the other two. All right. So the total prescribed task can be the total number of hours you need to spend on this task as a whole. The daily hours are the number of hours you need to spend in a day for this task, and the priority of this task is, you can rank every task by its priority. So any one of these fields you fill in, you do not need to fill in the other two. All right, so just for demonstration purposes, I'm going to fill in this first one with 0.5, and if I submit, and as you can see, it's a color coded one. So if it's less than 7 days, it gives us a nice yellow color, and it also provides us an option to mark the task as done as soon as we finish the task. All right, now uh, let me create a few more tasks, and maybe you have a very distant project, all right, and you don't exactly know the total number of hours you should be spending on this. Sorry, the total number of hours you should be spending on it, but you just know that you have to finish it by a particular day, um, and you need to basically it basically has a particular priority. All right, as a priority of 5. And if you rank this as a priority of 5, the balance remaining uh, hours which you spend in a day is allocated to this one. And if you create another task using the same priority ranking, and say you have homework, and the priority it's slightly lower, your homework does not have as much a priority as this one. And sorry, this one. Then you can allot, say, 4. And here's the smart thing which the algorithm does. It allocates time to each task in proportion with two things. One, its deadline, and second, its priority. Now, since the priority of the project is higher but its deadline is lower, we can see that it has been allocated enough time, but not as much as the homework, because you have less amount of time left for the homework, which is the 5 days. All right, and we can continue to make this. It's very nicely color coded, and as soon as you cross the deadline, it will show that red mark, which gives you an alert. The second very nice feature about the website is the Pomodoro. And the Pomodoro scheme, if you're not very familiar with it, it is basically divided into work, short break, and long break. And what the Pomodoro scheme basically recommends is you first start out with 25 minutes of work, followed by a short 5-minute break, and then a 15-minute break. All right, now over here the time is a bit fast for demonstration purposes. Otherwise, it's exactly as it follows the exact 25 minutes scheme. All right, now I'm not going to waste more time over this. Unfortunately, I did not put a stop button here because the idea behind this is that you need to complete that particular task in that amount of time, finish work, and you can't cheat. You can't just go from work to break without finishing your work, right? Obviously, a very useful scheme, the Pomodoro scheme. Then we have something known as the feedback page. Now, a very nice feature of this website is that it allows uh, you to give feedback, and then it allows you to further and it returns progress, the amount of progress you made for this uh, particular day. All right, so you select a day and you select an assignment, and you must do this every day. All right, so if we say select assignment, and we say how much time we spent on this particular task in that day. Suppose I spent 20 minutes on assignment task that day. And then if we go back to our progress report, the progress report um, shows us the total progress made, uh, and it shows that we are supposed to spend 360 minutes. We have actually spent only 20 minutes of uh, our tasks, and our productivity is 5.56, which is not very good. And it also keeps allots it by task and by time, which is recently which tasks we have been doing. All right, so I guess that's it.